Hello and welcome to Braintree High School for today's varsity softball action. Braintree and Walpole. Mike Wassel bringing the coverage here on BCAM TV as the first pitch of the game is in for strike one. Today's starter McNamee getting the first pitch underway and delivering pitch number two. This one out to left field and that'll get down. And the first hit coming by the leadoff hitter Thompson, who's digging for a third base. And we'll get there with a triple here to begin the top half of the first inning. As that one got by the Braintree outfielder quickly, McPhee. Close to making a big play on that ball, but got past her and then rolled towards the wall. And three bases. A leadoff triple, and now a bunt try. This one popped up and nearly caught by the Braintree catcher. As Surratt had a quick eye at that. A couple of changes in the Braintree order from a game ago. We'll look at the Braintree defensive alignment in a moment. As this one slap foul by McAdams, the right fielder. So the Braintree defense in the outfield, McPhee in left, with Littlewood in center, and Diuti in right field. That's the pitch on the way. And that just missed on a good pitch inside. On the infield, it'll be Stanley at third base with Woods at short. McPhee at second base, as that one is cut on and missed, and strike three. And a round out at first base, it'll be Curran at first base with Surratt doing the catching for the starter McNamee, who just struck out her first of the game. So big first out for the Wamps here at home, as Walpole, a 2-0 start here to begin the season. As Powderly, the shortstop, batting here in the 3 spot. And that one missed upstairs. Pretty good velocity here out of the gate. And the pitch on the way. That one is outside. Defense pretty much back, middle infield at the corners at first and third as the pitch is inside. Braintree being careful here with the hitter Powderly, who, if I remember correctly, had a couple of big games here at Braintree High School the last few times that she has visited. Good pop in that bat as this one slapped out of play, and a good pitch from McNamee. So it'll be a full count to the number 3 hitter Powderly. After a leadoff triple to begin the game, a strikeout. Runner at third, one down. And the pitch, and another foul ball. Long at bat here. Braintree would really like to get out of this inning without allowing a run. Always a tough test when you give up a leadoff triple, nobody out. And that'll be a walk as they're at the corners. Braintree coming off of a shutout rout of Weymouth in a shortened game in 5 innings. This one all the way to the backstop, and the first run of the game coming home on the wild pitch. So Cruiser batting now in the cleanup spot. As Braintree tries to limit the damage here in the inning. As McNamee battling here. So the visitors striking first here in the top half of the first inning, which should be a tightly contested game. As that one down in the dirt, and the runner will take off and get to third. So a couple balls here that have been down in the dirt have allowed base runners to advance. One on a wild pitch to the backstop, scoring the first run and the only run to this point, as this one is hit hard out to center field. And that will drop down as the opening, or the runner will score from third, and a 2-0 lead on a bloop single by Cruiser. That ball wasn't hit all that hard, but it was well placed, as the base runner at third had to wait to see if that ball was going to be caught. As the pitch is upstairs, runner at first again with just the one out. We've seen a couple of stolen bases. Start and stop by the runner, as Arena will bat here in the 5 spot. So Braintree's got some work to do here to catch up from a 2-0 deficit. As that pitch is in there for a strike, good pitch, good location. The Braintree bats obviously coming off of a thumping over Weymouth. We'll see if the bats can get it going in the bottom half, but trying to hold it here at 2-0. As that one missed just off the plate. The left-hander ready to deliver, and this one smacked to first, but foul. That one hit hard, just past the glove of Curran over at first base. A lot of these girls very versatile on the infield, seeing a couple different players playing multiple positions here so far at the beginning part of the season. And that just missed on another pretty good looking pitch. So full count, second of the inning. The third base coach and head coach thinking that was ball 4, but umpire saying no. And that now missed, and it is called a third strike, so a generous call in the outer half, and that's going to drive the coach crazy. So a second out, and both coming via the strikeout. So now the runner at first with 2 outs, and another good fastball right by the hitter Jacobs. McNamee ready, and the pitch is up. There's stolen base try, and the tag, and just off the base as the throw was close. Walpole continuing to keep pressure on. So Walpole with the new mascot, the Timberwolves. It'll take a while for everybody to get that one down. The name change. Everybody accustomed to the old mascot of the Rebels, but name change now as the pitch missed. Falling behind in the count. And that one missed outside, and that will be a walk, the second surrendered here of the inning, as Jacobs able to get aboard. So the fourth base runner of the inning. 2 have scored, 2 on, with 2 out. Big at bat here. Braintree trying to keep it a 2-0 game. As Walpole looks to add on with their number 7 hitter, Daly. As that's in for a strike. A couple of quick strikes out of the gate. And this would be a good time for her third of the inning. Trying to strike out the side in the process. Just missed on the outside, had one to spoil. First and second with 2 outs in a 2-0 game, top half of the first inning. As that one's down in the dirt, no advance for the base runners. Well blocked by Surrett. McNamee winds, and again trying to be fine on that outside corner, and misses. And the pitch from McNamee is knocked out of play. Long inning here in the top half of this first. A lot of pitches having to be thrown. As we're seeing a couple of full counts, seeing a couple strikeouts. Really the one big hit, the leadoff triple, doing the majority of this damage. As that one missed, and that is another walk. Back-to-back walks, and they're loaded up. For today's starter, Stasinski, trying to help out her own cause. As this one is hit to the middle of the infield and through. As one run scores, a second one is held at third base. And the first pitch is knocked into center field and an RBI hit. So the walk's coming back to hurt here in the inning, as the bases are reloaded again in a 3-0 game, as we're down with the number 9 hitter, Kearns. Braintree really needs to get out of this inning without any further damage, as that pitch is in for a strike. Certainly don't want to dig too big of a hole here against a 2-0 team. As this one is hit hard out to right field, and that is a fair ball, as a couple of runs will come across. From our angle, very tough to tell. That was very close to the line, as 2 runs come across on the opposite field hit. Braintree staking Walpole to a 5-0 lead here in the top half of this first inning. Big spot. Crooked number put up by the visitors. And the Braintree bats are going to have a lot of work to do as this game moves on, but got to get the final out here this inning. So the runners now at second and third after the stolen base. Big part of the problem here in this inning has been the walks. The only 2 strikeouts, or the only 2 outs, have come via strikeout, but Braintree has surrendered 3 walks in the inning, and they've all come around to score. That's just not a trend that can happen here. Want to beat some of the better teams, can't afford to do that. As the pitch on the way is in for a strike, as McNamee battles back. Lefty winds and fires. This one hit hard to third and caught on a missile. Stanley makes the catch to end the inning, but a big spot for Walpole. They score 5 times. Here benefited by 3 walks, a couple hits, and Braintree with a lot of work to do in the bottom half of the inning. We'll be right back. Back here, bottom of the first inning, as Braintree will bat for the first time, as Woods leads things off at shortstop. Braintree down 5 runs after a half inning of play. They're going to need to get things going quickly. Can't expect to get all 5 at once, but trying to chip away at this lead. Braintree certainly a team capable of scoring some runs. We saw it here in a couple games this season, as Stasinski winds and fires and misses upstairs. Braintree looking for some base runners here to begin the bottom half of this inning. So it'll be Woods, McPhee, and Surrett, 1, 2, and 3 in the order. As the pitch missed badly, and that is going to be a leadoff walk. So probably about the worst thing that could happen for Walpole is, after getting a 5 spot in the top half, is to walk the leadoff hitter. And Woods gets aboard. It'll set things up for McPhee, as that pitch is going to be a ball. The throw not in time, and the fielder thought she made the tag. The umpire said no. A little surprised that Woods didn't go into the slide. Braintree maybe catching a break. From our vantage point, very tough to tell if there was any contact. If there was, it was minimal. Certainly wasn't an obvious tag. And Braintree now with a base runner in scoring position here. So Woods with a stolen base after drawing a walk, and another pitch well outside, and Stasinski having some serious trouble locating her pitches here through the first 2 hitters. And Braintree hoping to take advantage. And that's called a strike on a generous call on the outside part of the plate. Right-hander ready, and this one smacked to the screen. So the count now fills up. Pretty good swing from McPhee, playing in left field. Back to the rubber, and the pitch, and this one again knocked back and out of play. Good at bat. Perfect day for softball. Temperatures in the low 70s here to begin the game. Sunshine, a little bit of wind, not a ton, and that one missed, and that will, oh, they called that a strike. Wow, that's pretty tough to handle as a hitter. That's really expanding the strike zone. That looked well outside the zone, and McPhee not really a tall hitter, so imagine her strike zone is not that tall. So the first out coming on a strikeout. Seen a couple of generous calls, one to each side, but when you expect to draw that walk, would have been a big difference in this inning with the first 2 on. That's called a strike on the outside corner to Surratt. Well, one thing that we're going to have to keep in mind, if there's anything close, you're going to have to swing as a hitter, the way the umpire is calling some of the pitches. So the runner is at second. It's Woods with just the 1 out, and an opportunity for Braintree to get on the scoreboard as the pitch missed upstairs. So Szynski again behind in the count. He's been behind all 3 of the hitters, and that's a strike. Another full count. Righty winds and fires, and this one nailed up the middle into center field as the ball was bobbled, and now the run will score. Woods probably could have scored, but once it was bobbled, easily was waved around by head coach Jenkins, and Braintree on the board on the RBI hit by Surratt. As that one right up the middle, and Braintree on the board. Really thinking back though to that called strike 3, changes the whole inning. Braintree would have runners probably at second and third here with nobody out and a 5-1 game. Instead, just the runner at first. But a good battle here by Braintree to get one back. The Bats picking up where they left off in the game against Weymouth, scoring 18 runs in a 5-run game, or 5-inning game. So McNamee batting in the cleanup spot for Braintree, trying to help out her own cause after surrendering 5 runs in the top half of this inning. So walks becoming an issue for both pitchers early in this game. As the pitch is in there for a called strike. Again, another umpire that is not very vocal, very tough to hear as we set up in the outfield, but generally you can hear the strike and the signal. 2 strikes. Walpole batted around in the top half of the inning. Braintree trying to do the same thing as the pitch just off the plate. Pretty good location on an 0-2 count. Runner at first with 1 out. And this one hit hard out to right field, but foul. Both sides putting some good swings early in this game. Ball carrying pretty well. And the pitch is tap foul. Could spoil. Certainly had the hitter off balance, but was just able to get a piece of that one. Knock it foul. Keep her at bat going. As the Infielders in at the corners. And the pitch, and another foul ball. McNamee continuing to battle here. And Szynski starting to find the strike zone a little bit more often here in this hitter. 5-1 game here in the bottom half of the first as Braintree's gotten one back. And the at-bat continues as the pitch is upstairs. Stenman to bat on deck. And the pitch is knocked to right field. That's going to be a tough ball to handle, and it drops down right in front of the outfielders. The throw to second is in time. And that's very tough for Braintree as it looked like they were going to have two on. Had to wait to see if that was going to be caught and just couldn't get there in time as the outfielder made a pretty nice play to stay in front of that one. Ball actually made contact with the middle part of her body. Up around the stomach. Actually went into a dive trying to make the catch and was able to keep it in front and then throw it to second base for the force out. Not a bang-bang play. Certainly was the right call. It was out, but tough. Wasn't able to get really a good break on that ball. So has had a couple of base runners. Unfortunate that they have not been able to stay on base here in the inning. One on the called third strike, and then that one there on the force out as that's cut on and missed. So a couple hits here in the inning for Braintree, but just the one base runner now in a 5-1 game with two down in the bottom half of the first. We'll see if McNamee can really settle in. Got to try and limit these bats for Walpole the rest of this game as the pitch missed. Again in at the corners. And this one cut on and missed. And that will be strike three to end the inning. So a strikeout ends the inning. A promising start for Braintree, but scoring just one run here in the first. A couple hits. And we head to the second inning in a 5-1 game. Top half of the second inning in a long first inning as we head to inning number 2. First pitch is upstairs. We'll see how Braintree battles here in the second inning after scoring a run back to cut it to a 4-run game through an inning. As the bunt try is going to be a foul ball picked up by the third baseman. Picked up in foul territory by Stanley, who made a nice catch to end the first inning on a line shot right at her. Lefty ready, and a slap ball towards shortstop. A throw across. Oh, nice play. With the runner obviously getting out of the box quickly, slapping that ball. That was a hot shot right at short, and plenty on the throw from Woods. The difference in that one. So a nice start to the top half of this inning. Defensive play. As the pitch missed outside. This will be Powderly batting for the second time. Drew a walk. One of their offensive weapons. And this one right off her leg. That's got to hurt. See some players wearing that protective shin guard, but you don't see that too often at this level, whether it's softball or baseball, high school level. It certainly can do some damage, whether it's the foot or the shin, as the pitch is down and away. This will be a nice time for Braintree to get a quick 1-2-3 inning. Get the bats back out there. They had some pretty good approaches in the first inning. Changing the eye level, but missing upstairs. And again, the count starts to fill. And again, walks the hitter as Powderly for the second time draws a walk on a full count. Braintree's been extra careful with her here in this game. That is the 4th walk surrendered by the Braintree starter, McNamee. And the pitch is in for a strike. Runner at first and 1 out for the cleanup hitter, Cruiser. And another strike, very quickly ahead 0-2. Now looking to finish off the hitter. RBI single last time for Cruiser back in the first. Pitch, and it is in for strike 3. Down looking. 3rd strikeout now for McNamee to go along with those 4 walks. Up. This is the designated hitter for Walpole, Arena, who struck out looking back in the first inning. And the pitch is outside, the throw to second not in time. And the base runner was thinking about going to third, but backed up well by McPhee. So Walpole's been able to steal now 3 bases in the first inning plus. Been some close plays, but the speed is really factored in for Walpole in this game, as that's in for a strike. And the pitch, a weak ground ball to first base. Curran will take it herself. Actually, the underhanded flip to the bag, and that'll do it. And a much better inning in the top half of the second for Braintree. A walk, but nothing more for the Timberwolves, as we will head to the bottom half of the second in a 5-1 game in favor of Walpole. Bottom of the second. A 5-1 game as Braintree trying to get something started. So it'll be 6, 7, and 8 in the Braintree order. Stanley, Diuti, and Curran. And a ground ball, middle of the infield. A nice play by the pitcher, who stabbed that one. That was headed up the middle, and Stanley taken off the bases. So both teams starting to show a little bit of leather out there. As this one hit hard out towards the outfield, hit pretty well to deep left field, carrying, and that'll go up against the wall as that'll dig for 2 bases. And Diuti with a well-hit ball. That one stayed in the air a little longer. That was more of a line drive. That ball would have carried right out of here. But an impressive swing. And Braintree with another base runner in scoring position. Their first extra base hit of this game. And this one lined to second and caught as Braintree with another good swing. Frustrating when you hit the ball that hard that you don't find yourself aboard, but again, well placed, the second baseman, ranging to her left. Now the number 9 hitter for Braintree. As the pitch is outside, it'll be Littlewood to bat here in the 9th spot. 5-1 game, Braintree with the runner at second, 2 down. And the pitch is upstairs. All the runs coming back in the first inning, unless Braintree scores something here with 2 outs. And this one hit hard out to the outfield. That'll get down as Braintree will wave the runner around. It's mishandled in the outfield again, and the run will come across to score. So an RBI hit by Littlewood makes it a 5-2 game as Braintree's battled back from a 5-run deficit to make it a 3-run game. Another solid swing by another Braintree hitter. They've hit everything hard in this game. Even that ground out back to the mound, that was hit right at the pitcher. So the second time through the order now. This will be Woods, who walked back in the first. So a 5-2 game now, as Braintree with the runner at first, 2 down. Long way to go in this one. And this one hit hard right at second base. The play is to first, and that'll do it. As Braintree strikes for one more here in the second. They've scored 1 in each of the first 2, and they trail now 5-2 after 2. We'll be back for the start of the third right after this. Top of the third inning, as the second inning moved by much quicker than the first did. Braintree scoring 1 more run, making it a 5-2 game as we head to the third inning. And Walpole will have their 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the inning. McNamee able to get the hitters pretty quickly in the second. Had another walk, but otherwise no further damage. 1-1 the count. And this one hit hard, but out of play, off to the right, first base side. Certainly a much different start than Braintree had seen against Weymouth, where Braintree jumped out to a 14-0 lead through 2 innings, 13 runs in the second inning. But now playing from behind. Braintree having the right approach, continuing to get some good swings, trying to score a run or 2 every inning, which is exactly how you want to do it. Can't expect to have 3, 4, 5 run innings every inning, especially against the higher quality teams in the Bay State Conference. As the pitch is inside, but right now McNamee's got to focus in on throwing some strikes, trying to get this leadoff hitter. Jacobs drew a walk in the first appearance in the first, and has now drawn another one. So leadoff walk, and we'll see if Walpole tries to get the base runner in motion. They've done it a couple times, and this one hit hard to center field. As coming in and making a great catch in center field is Littlewood. Obviously from our angle, she was right in front of us. I couldn't see how the ball was caught, but an excellent play in the outfield as the base runner had to re-tag and go back to first, but a huge defensive play here for Braintree to limit some damage as that ball was hit really hard off the bat. And one of the better defensive plays you'll see in the outfield. So Daly flying out to center field on a hot shot, both sides hitting the ball extremely well, but both defenses have made some big plays. And that's kind of what you expect to see. The better teams make some really fine plays. Obviously you're gonna have really good hitters, really good defenders. That's what you want to see. As the pitch is a strike on the outer half. Szynski, the hitter, or the pitcher, and the hitter right now, had an RBI single back in the first inning as the pitch is called a strike. A 5-2 game. Here in the top half of the third with a runner at first and 1 out. As the pitch missed outside. Wind picking up a little bit here, but still very comfortable temperatures. As that one dropped off the plate, and that will be another walk surrendered, second of the inning. That's now 6 walks allowed by McNamee. Certainly has some good stuff out there. Struck out a handful of hitters and see the ball moving both sides of the plate. Some good drop on the pitches, good velocity, but right now struggling with command. And doesn't matter what level you're playing at, you got to throw strikes, you got to make the hitters swing. Good teams aren't going to chase pitches outside the zone. So we're now 2 aboard. Pitch is down. First and second with just the 1 out here in the 3rd on the spectacular catch in the outfield by Littlewood. As that's there at the knees for a strike. That'll even the count at 1-1. Lefty is ready, and the pitch is outside. This is the number 9 hitter, Kearns. As this one hit back and out of play, right over the dugout for Walpole. So now a couple strikes.
More consistent this time, right?
McNamee ready, and the pitch down in the dirt, and the catcher has no idea where it is. Surrett had to go in front of her own dugout to make the play, and both base runners will advance. So the count is full again. A lot of full counts in this game by both pitchers. And the pitch in there for strike 3, a big call going in Braintree's favor. You really needed that one. That's a big second out. Love to see Braintree strand some base runners, the opposing base runners. So now 2 down. Leadoff hitter for the 3rd time in this game is Thompson. Tripled to begin the game, then lined out sharply to 3rd base. So some really good swings in this game. Braintree looking to find a way to get her out and end this inning. This one slapped to shortstop Woods. Woods across in time, and that'll do it. Second time, Woods has made a nice strong throw across the diamond, and that'll do it here in the 3rd inning. So a couple base runners for Walpole, but they threatened and couldn't score. And Braintree keeping it a 5-2 game as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Bottom 3, first pitch, and that one knocked out of play. So Braintree starting to make some quality plays in the field as well as on the mound, getting out of a jam in the top half of this inning. We'll see if that carries momentum onto the Braintree side. This is one hit to the outfield that'll drop down. A leadoff single. Nice piece of hitting by McPhee, who will be aboard. Runner goes, and the pitch not in time on the throw. So Braintree with a stolen base. Certainly love what you're seeing on the resiliency by Braintree after falling behind 5-0. They scored 1 run in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, and they have a base runner now at 2nd with nobody out, as that's a called strike to Surrett, who had an RBI hit back in the 1st. Zinski winds and fires, and a close pitch. As this one drilled out to the outfield, the left field, the right fielder coming in to make the catch with a late lunge, making the play. As that ball again hit right on the screws. So Surrett now retired. 1 for 2 in the game, brings up McNamee. McNamee singled. As that one spoiled off and out of play. So base runner is at 2nd base. A single could make it a 5-3 game. McPhee leading at 2nd. And this one hit hard to right field. That is going to be a foul ball. Again, from our vantage point, very tough down the lines to have any idea whether it's fair or foul. That was almost identical to the way Walpole had scored a couple runs in their 5-run first, right down the line like that. But Braintree not catching the break this time. And the pitch in for a strike. And that is strike 3. So really a tough at bat there for McNamee, who looked like she was going to have some extra bases and probably an RBI hit. Instead goes to this dugout with a strikeout, and now the second out. Braintree had a leadoff hit, now at second, and now there's 2 down. Really like to get that run across to make it 5-3. As the right-hander ready, and the pitch is outside. Stenman struck out in her only plate appearance. Pitch on the way, and a big swing and a miss. That had plenty of the plate. That was a good pitch to hit. As that one missed outside. Really couldn't ask for a better day here at Braintree High School for softball. Early part of April, as that one's cut on and missed, and Braintree with back-to-back Ks to end the inning, stranding another base runner. So Braintree not able to score, nor was Walpole in the top half, and it is a 5-2 game as we head to the 4th. Top half of the 4th inning, as we continue our live stream broadcast here on BCAM TV in a 5-2 game in favor of Walpole. And a bunt try, this one tapped in front of the plate, and a foul ball. Both sides have made some really nice defensive plays as we play here in the 4th inning. Just a little bit low. 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the order for Walpole here in the 4th inning. And that's a nice pitch, that's a strike. Defense pretty much straight up. And that one middle of the infield, and a nice diving play in second, but no throw is made, as Braintree with a nice sliding play to grab that one, but obviously couldn't release the throw. Nice play defensively just to get a glove on it. First pitch is knocked back and out of play. So a leadoff base hit, an infield hit for McAdams, who's aboard at first. As Powderly, up for the second time, has drawn a walk in each of the first 2 at-bats. McPhee, who made that nice play defensively, looking on as her pitcher, McNamee, now looks to get the out. One and 2 the count. To the 3-hitter and shortstop Powderly. As the pitch on the way is cut on and missed, and a big out. Nice pitch. So after a rocky first, McNamee has really settled into this game. As the pitch is bunted in front of the plate, that's a fair ball. The catcher will make the play, and a nice play made. As the runner goes to third, the throw is there and in time, and out at third. A nice double play to end the inning as Braintree catches Walpole trying to steal that extra base. And the Braintree defense has been superb here in this game. And a double play ends the inning here in the top of the 4th. We head to the bottom half in a 5-2 game. Bottom half of the 4th. We'll see if momentum now has changed at all after the Braintree double play ended the top half of this inning. Defense has really become a factor in this game. Both sides making phenomenal plays. Braintree with the 2 highlight plays, the sliding catch in center by Littlewood, and then the double play turned on a bunt try in front of the plate, and then the throw from first to third as the runner trying to take the extra base. And that's a called strike on the outside corner. Again, the strike zone has been very wide here in this game. That's the way I'm gonna go across that. Very generous strike zone as the pitch is off the plate. 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Braintree. Stanley batting right now, grounded back to the mound on a hot shot back in the second. And the pitch is off the plate. That's ball 4. I think the Braintree hitters, just as much as I am, have had to wait to make sure it is a ball, because we've seen some pitches that look like they're well off the plate called strike. So it is a leadoff walk, and Braintree with a runner aboard as the pitch is in for a strike. Brings up Diuti, who had the hardest hit ball here of this game, a double to left center field in her only plate appearance, out in the left center field gap. And this one hit third base side, foul. Runner at first, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 4th in a 5-2 game. Walpole with the lead. And this one drilled again, third base side, foul. Really wearing out that left side. As that one missed, and Braintree with the delayed steal try, the throw across and in time. A little bit late on the stolen base try for Braintree. I see what they were trying to do, but the delayed steal really did not work out there. Stanley did not get a good jump, and that was the difference in the play. You think maybe an extra stride, she probably beats that out. The throw was good, the tag was close and quick, but probably wasn't the best stolen base for Braintree. And now it takes the base runner off the board. Both teams have really tried to use their legs whenever they can. As this one is knocked foul, reaching out at that one. Diuti really putting a couple good swings on pitches here in the inning. 5-2 game with nobody on and 1 out here in the bottom half of the 4th. Ready. And the pitch is a little bit low. Umpire not calling that a strike. The coach not happy with it. And this one grounded foul. Long at bat. Good at bat here from Diuti, who's made some good contact, spoiled off a couple tough pitches, trying to get aboard. Trying to get something started again for the offense. 3-2 pitch and a ground ball middle of the infield. It is the second baseman over for the play and the second out. So let's bring up Curran, who hit the ball right on the screws last time, but unfortunately lined out to second in her only plate appearance. So Braintree had a promising start with a leadoff walk, but very quickly a caught stealing and then a ground out. And there's 2 outs with nobody on for Curran. If anybody can reach, it'll be Littlewood to bat next. And the pitch, it's low. Braintree trailing by 3 runs here in the inning. Pitcher ready, and the pitch missed. Cut on and missed, and Curran after a pitch looked like it was going outside the zone, and that'll do it here in the inning. So Braintree with nothing here in the 4th. We head to the 5th inning in a 3-run game, 5-2. Top half of the 5th inning in a 5-2 game. Again, we are live streaming this game. Varsity softball, Braintree and Walpole. Mike Watson bringing the coverage here on BCAM TV. As the pitch is upstairs. McNamee has really settled into this game, allowing all 5 of her runs in the 1st inning, but since then has really started to settle in. Defense has really helped out as well. As this one is knocked out of play, foul. Track and field going on off to our left here. As that's in for strike 3, and McNamee with a leadoff strikeout. Really starting to dial in here. Take away that 1st inning, it's a much different game. But obviously they play 7 innings for a reason. So this will be Jacobs, the left fielder, who has walked twice. Now trying to bunt, and takes it back and takes the ball. Hitter looking like they want to try and bunt, but this one is a weak ground ball. Easy play for Curran, and 2 very quick outs here in the inning. So Braintree putting themselves in a position here with the bats to get back in this game. Down 3 runs. Pitching starting to settle in. Pitch in there for a strike. McNamee ready with the ball, and missed off the plate. Defense even with the bag at 1st and 3rd, deep at short and 2nd, straight up in the outfield, and the pitch, a strike. So 1-2 the count. Nobody on, 2 down. And the pitch is just fouled off. 6 strikeouts so far for McNamee. Would love another one here to end the 5th inning. Winds and fires, and just missed on a close pitch. Ready with the ball again, and this one hit hard to the outfield. That'll get down. As the outfielder comes to cut it off, the base runner will stay put on a nice throw from the outfield. Nice play from Diuti. So a 2-out hit from Daly on a sharp single to the left field, or to right field. And now this one off the mitt of Surrett will allow the runner to 2nd. That's been a little bit of a problem for Braintree here in this game. We've seen a couple of pass balls, wild pitches, and those do add up over time, especially with 2 outs. Puts the base runner in scoring position, as that's a strike. Stasinski, batting here for the 3rd time, has not been retired, has walked and had an RBI hit. And this one is hit hard to the outfield, coming over to make the catch, and it's tracked down by Diuti. Another nice defensive play by Braintree to end the inning. So Walpole with the base runner, not able to score it, and we head to the bottom half of the 5th. Braintree still down 5-2. Bottom of the 5th inning, and the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Braintree trying to battle back. Down 5-2. Have trailed the entire way after a 5-run top half of the inning in the 1st for Walpole. Braintree getting one in the bottom half of the 1st and the bottom half of the 2nd. We haven't seen a run since, as that's in for strike 3. And Braintree retired to begin the inning. So Littlewood, who had an RBI hit last time, strikes out to begin the inning. And it brings up Woods, who takes the first pitch upstairs. Woods has grounded out and walked, 0 for 1. The pitch is a called strike. Braintree down by 3 runs. You see a pitcher warming up for Braintree. And the pitch is popped up a mile high. Second baseman over to make the catch, and there's 2 down. So this will be McPhee batting, struck out and singled, 1 for 2 in this game. 5-2 is the score, bottom of the 5th. Braintree down by 3 runs. And the pitch is knocked back over the backstop, foul. On the way, and this one is again knocked foul. So the first 2 have been retired by strikeout and by pop-up, and now this one again is knocked foul. Long at bat here for McPhee, who plays left field. On and 2 down. Bottom half of the 5th and a 5-2 game, Braintree trailing. As that one skips in front of the plate. If McPhee can get on, Surrett will get a chance. He's hit the ball hard a couple times. Payoff pitch, and that just missed. That was a very close pitch. And we've seen a lot of those called strikes. Not that I agree that they should be, but that's just been the strike zone of the umpire in this game, as the pitch is off the plate and knocked foul. Long at bat here from McPhee, making the pitcher throw extra pitches, but right now it's all about getting on board. And the pitch is upstairs and able to draw the walk. The long at bat proves to be favorable in the Braintree side. A 2-out walk, and it does bring up Surrett. So a big fly here for Braintree could make it a 1-run game. Certainly has the capability, Surrett does. He's had a couple of nice swings in this game. McNamee on deck, and the pitch is a strike, throw down a second, and it was out of the glove. The runner would have been out. McPhee would have been out at second base, but the ball was dropped by the shortstop. That was a bang-bang play. So now Braintree hoping that a single makes it a 2-run game. And this one smacked hard to first base, and that is again a foul ball. Braintree just having just terrible luck on the balls down the first base side. That's 2 that would have been extra bases and runs that have been just foul. Ball was smoked over the first baseman's head. Pitch on the way, and this one is foul. A lot of base runners early in this game. And a lot of runs early. 7 runs scored combined in the first 2 innings, which is the score we have now, but Braintree threatening with 2 outs. And the pitch is a little bit high. walk. Stole second, stands at second with 2 outs for Surrett. And a ground ball hit to third base. It's gobbled up. The throw is wild, and it takes the base runner off the base, and no tag, and the runner will be safe. And the coach now going to say that the base runner was out of the base path, I'm assuming, but I don't think she's going to win this argument. Either that or expected the tag to be slapped on, but you could see the throw was off the mark. There was plenty of time, too. The third baseman really delivered that throw quickly. I don't know why. I guess the 2 umpires are going to talk it over. I don't see really how there's going to be anything here to overturn this. I don't really see what could have been seen anything differently, and they're going to keep the call on the field. I don't see why the coach is upset. It's really not a call that the other umpire is going to overturn. I mean, I don't see how he'd have a better vantage point from where he's standing at third. Home plate umpire is the crew chief, too. He's got the ultimate call. Runners at the corners. Big spot in this game. Braintree trying to get closer as the pitch is upstairs. So Surrett reaching at first base on a throwing error by the third baseman, and it brings up McNamee, who's singled and struck out. Slashes this one back to the backstop. It's a 5-2 game, but Braintree with 2 runners on. They're at the corners, trying to get a little bit closer. And the pitch. And this one popped up. The first baseman ranging over makes the catch in front of the Walpole fence dugout. And that will do it here in the inning as Braintree threatens and leaves 2 on in the 5th as we head to the 6th inning in a 5-2 game. Top half of the 6th inning. And pitch is grounded back to the mound. Nice play by McNamee, who fires it over to first. And 1 pitch and 1 out here in the top half of the 6th. That is a beautiful sight to see, not only as a coach, but as a pitcher. Love to see that. So the 9-hitter retired. Back to the top of the order for the 4th time for Thompson, who after having that leadoff triple to begin the game has lined out and grounded out. 1-0 count, and the pitch right in there for a strike. So Braintree's had a couple of chances, especially in the bottom half of the 5th, had runners at the corners with 2 outs, did not score. We'll see what they can do in the bottom half of this inning, assuming that Braintree pitching and defense can continue to keep Walpole off the board. Walpole has not scored since the 1st inning. All 5 of the runs scored in the 1st. As that one backs the hitter off the plate. McNamee ready with the pitch and missed off the plate, and that will be another walk. Hasn't had a walk in a while. And we'll see if Walpole tries to get the runner in motion again. They've stolen a couple of bases here in this game. And start and stop. No throw. McAdams batting. 1 for 3 here in this game with a single last time. That is a strike on the outside corner. A strikeout, a ground out, and a single in this game for McAdams. As this one slapped to shortstop, the play is just second. Nice play made. That's a nice ranging play by Woods, who's really played a fine shortstop here in this game. It's a nice put out. Fee did a nice job to get to the bag too, but really taking away a potential hit there. Force out obviously helped in that situation. contact needed. And there's 2 down here in the top half of the inning. Pitch is outside. So Surratt, Braintree middle of the order as the ball is knocked into the outfield. The throw will be to third, and there will be no throw made as Walpole continuing to be very aggressive on the bases on a single up the middle. But Braintree will have their 5, 6, 7 hitters due up in the bottom half of this inning, trying to get out of now a first and third situation with 2 outs. So Powderly, for the first time in this game, has gotten a hit. That has been on now for 3 times. Has walked twice and singled, also struck out as the pitch is a strike. Braintree needs to focus in on the hitter. Don't worry too much about the runner at first. Trying to get the final out. Third and final out here of the 6th inning. As the pitch is upstairs, the base runner takes off and takes the uncontested steal. Defensive indifference. McNamee winds and fires, and that is a strike on the outside part of the plate. McNamee now a strike away from ending the inning. Cruiser hit into a double play last time. Ground ball hit too short. Throw across in time, and that'll do it. Walpole threatens, but does not score here in the 6th as we head to the bottom half, 5-2. Bottom half of the 6th inning, and the first pitch is well below the zone. Braintree really needs to get something started. 2-0 the count. Stenman has struck out twice. Hasn't really gotten anything going with the bat yet. I wasn't sure if Braintree might go to the bench here for a pinch hitter here in this spot. But head coach Jenkins trusting her hitter. And it's ahead in the count. Really needs to get on though. And it's a 3-0 count. Pitch on the way. That is a strike. As the pitcher tries to battle back from a 3-0 count. And the pitch, another called strike. And a full count. And that one cut on and missed, and for the 3rd time in the game has struck out. Very frustrating day at the plate for Stenman. 3 strikeouts from the 5 spot in the order. That pitch missed outside. Brings up Stanley, who was trying to walk and grounded out to the mound. 0 for 1. Pitch on the way. This one hit to the outfield. That'll get down. Into left field, a single here with 1 out. So that's what Braintree needs, some base runners. Another inning with the base runner, but now it's about bringing the runners home. Brings up Diuti, who's had a couple of really nice swings, had a couple good at-bats as well. Has grounded out to second and doubled in this game. 1 for 2. Runner at first with 1 out. And the pitch. That's down in the dirt, and the base runner will take second on the wild pitch. Now Braintree a hit away from making it a potential 2-run game. Again, they've had their opportunities in this game. Unfortunately, they staked Walpole to a 5-0 lead. That's obviously a troublesome start, but Braintree's battled back. They've limited Walpole to no runs the next 5 innings. Walpole has had a couple of opportunities as well with base runners in scoring position, but haven't been able to capitalize. And Braintree now looking to get 2 on, as that is a strike. And that one missed off the plate, and 2 aboard. So Diuti aboard for the second time in the game. And Braintree now has the tying run coming to the plate, as Curran stands in. Hasn't had a hit yet, but has hit the ball hard a couple times. And the pitch, that's a strike. Big spot in the game for Braintree, down by 3. It's there for the taking right now if Braintree can come up with some clutch hits. Runners at first and second. And that pitch is a little bit high. That was close. Defense shading more towards the right side of the outfield. A lot of room in the gap, center field, as the play is to third base on the force out. Really an interesting play there by the pitcher, taking the play to third. Did make the decision right away, which is what you have to do, but a little surprised to see her go that route, but it obviously does take away the lead runner. And Braintree, unfortunate, not able to advance either base runner. So it'll take something here from Littlewood. With 2 outs and runners at first and second, Braintree down 5-2 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Top of the order would be up next. Couple strikes on the hitter as Littlewood down in the hole. And the pitch, a ground ball hit weakly towards the third baseman, and it is a foul ball. So the bat will continue. Pitch on the way, and that's in for strike 3, and Littlewood down on strikes for the second time in the game. That's a tough one, with Braintree stranding 2 more base runners here in the inning. And we head to the 7th and final frame, with Braintree down by 3, 5-2. Top 7, and the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Obviously a pinch hitter here for Walpole, which is the reason for the delay. Five, 6, and 7 in the order. In a 5-2 game, Braintree with chances in each of the 5th and 6th with 2 on, just couldn't cash in. As the pitch is well upstairs. And this is not the time for a walk here to begin the inning, especially with a pinch hitter at the plate. It's ice cold. As that pitch is in for a strike, battling back. Braintree has faced adversity here in this game and has done a pretty good job of fighting back after a 5-0 deficit to start the game. And a leadoff walk does begin the inning. So we play here in the top half of the 7th inning. Braintree does not want to allow anything further. They're already down by 3. See if Walpole tries to bunt to get the runner over here. And they are already squaring. Pitch is low. Probably the right idea here if you're Walpole to try and fight for an extra run. Although they have stolen plenty of bases in this game. Again squaring, and again taking it back. And McNamee needs to start dialing in on that strike zone. Stanley in at the corner at third, expecting the bunt. And bunting this one foul as the base runner heads to second, but that was a foul ball. I thought it was. Looked like from here it was. Apparently not. Apparently no contact. From our vantage point, that ball looked like it changed direction, and the hitter was definitely bunting. As that one's knocked out of play. So the base runner does advance to second. Lefty is ready with the ball. And that's in there for strike three. Down goes the hitter. Jacobs down for the out. Jacobs retired for the second time. One down here in the seventh as the pitch is just off the plate for ball one. Big insurance run aboard at second base for the Timberwolves. McNamee winds and fires. And a strike delivered. Two and two is the count to the third baseman, Daly. And the pitch, and that is off the plate as the count now fills up. McNamee is ready and delivers, and this one hit hard to the outfield. That'll drop down in front of Diuti. Throws the ball to third. It's going to be a close play, and the throw is not in time, and there was no call made at third on the play at third, but the runner was definitely safe. The umpire didn't even make a call. He was focused more on the runner at second, but definitely was safe at third, but that's not what you want to do as an umpire. I don't know what he was thinking there, not making a call. Pitch is low, and Walpole now threatening to add on to a 3-run lead. Wonder if Walpole would ever try a suicide squeeze here with just the one out and the runner at third. Second and third are the base runners. And the pitch. Again, I have no idea whether it's a strike or a ball. The umpire not vocal. Very tough to tell from our angle what the calls are half these times. As McNamee battles back. Ready, and the pitch is off the plate again. Another walk here in the inning. That's the second. Walks really killing Braintree in this game. That will load up the bases. McNamee hasn't really been wild since the first inning, but she has gone the distance to this point. Braintree did have somebody warming at one point in the fifth inning. But obviously now the opportunity to blow this one open is Walpole's, as this one's popped up back behind the plate and out of play. So Kearns, the 9-hitter batting, has grounded out, struck out, and lined out. 0 for 3 from the 9 spot. And that's a strike. This would be a huge time for a strikeout to keep the base runners in their positions at first, second, and third. 0-2 the count. And this one is knocked hard to right field and foul. Now the ball hit hard, this one to the outfield, and it will be caught by Diuti. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it is high as the base runner slides into the catcher and brings home a run on the sacrifice fly. So That makes it a 6-2 game on the sac fly as both base runners advance to second and third. Pitch on the way, and this one inside nearly hit the batter. And the base runner is not able to score on the ball that got away for a brief moment. 6-2 game here in the top of the seventh as Walpole's added on one. They have runners at second and third with two down as the pitch is just off the plate. And the pitch is slap foul. McNamee get ready with the pitch, winds and fires, and a ground ball hit to shortstop. It is again Woods. The throw is wild this time, and 2 runs are going to score. That is a costly error here in the seventh inning, blowing this one open. Makes it an 8-2 game. Woods, who's been very good defensively in this game, with a costly throwing error. Really changing the complexion of this game. Obviously, it'd be a very tall task to ask for Braintree to score 4 or 5 runs in the bottom half of this inning, but now it's up to 6 runs with the 2 runs scoring on the throwing error as the pitch is upstairs. And a weak ground ball knock foul. Pitch on the way. This one slapped to the outfield, and that's going to get down. And another run coming across as Walpole has opened this one up wide open here late in the game. Another run scoring. This inning certainly should have been over. And now Walpole just adding on insult to injury here. And now an opportunity here for Walpole to continue the onslaught in the inning. So a 9-2 score here in the seventh inning, as Walpole has pushed across 4 runs. As this one hit hard to short and through. Another base hit. So Braintree just can't get that final out here in this top half of the seventh. And this one has opened up to a much bigger margin now. If you have joined late, the score right now currently has not been indicative of the story of this game. It was a 3-run game heading into this inning. It's been very close the entire way till here in the seventh, and now it's been blown open. Knocked out of play. Braintree will have one last crack at it in the bottom half of this inning, but they're now down by 7 runs. It's going to take A miraculous comeback. And the fact that Braintree's only scored 2 runs to this point in this game certainly does not seem likely. You gotta think about the missed opportunities in this game for Braintree. 5th and 4th inning, they had runners on the corners with 2 outs, wasn't able to push the runs across, and that really came back to haunt Braintree in this game. You figure you score a couple runs in those situations, you're down just 1 heading into the inning, it's probably a different complexion of the game regardless, as the count is full. And the pitch is upstairs, and we'll see if Braintree lets McNamee finish this out. She's walked now 3 in the inning. First pitch is knocked out of play. It's been a long top half of the 7th inning. This game was moving along pretty well. Walpole obviously scored a handful of runs. They have the bases loaded now. And that one gets away and another run will score as things have come unglued. Fastball outside part of the plate is called a strike. There's that one outside. Nearly gets by the catcher again. Runners at 2nd and 3rd now with 2 outs. A lot of damage being done with 2 down. Pitch on the way is grounded to shortstop as Woods will get another try. This time delivers an accurate throw. And again, a lot of runs scored after the throwing error from Woods last time. This time an accurate throw ends the inning. But Walpole pushes across 5 more runs, 5 the magic number in this game, 5 in the 1st, 5 here in the 7th. It's 10-2 heading to the bottom half of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th inning, Braintree down to their final 3 outs. In danger of dropping their 2nd game of the season. Walpole looking to continue their perfect start. They've been a good team here today, but they've certainly looked vulnerable. Braintree just hasn't been able to capitalize enough. But here today, walks have been a big problem. Big throwing error in the top half of this inning, opening things up. And Braintree obviously missing out on some big opportunities to score with base runners on. The offense just has not been as good here today as it's been in recent days. But it's going to start with 1 here, 1 at a time. As this ball's grounded to shortstop, and Braintree is retired here to begin the inning. So Woods down on a ground out to short to her counterpart. 10-2 is the score here in the bottom of the 7th. Thank you for joining here on our live stream broadcast. Again, Braintree trailed just 5-2 heading into this 7th inning, and Walpole scored 5 times to blow this one open. Certainly was not an 8-run game at any point in this one, up until right now. As this one gets to the backstop. McPhee here in the game has walked, singled, and struck out. 1 for 2. Both pitchers have gone the distance for both teams. As the right-hander is ready, and a pop fly knocked foul. Long season, but this is one that's going to sting for Braintree in a game that they played pretty well. Certainly didn't play well enough to win, but they've played competitively with a good team here, Walpole, but certainly a lot to be left desired here in this game, from my point of view. A couple of calls go their way, a couple of hits go their way, maybe. A couple of balls that were just inches foul down the first baseline that didn't go Braintree's way, and obviously some walks. Big error in the 7th. Walpole certainly deserves to have this lead. Not going to take away that. As the pitch is outside, and that is going to be a walk. As McPhee now draws a walk for the second straight time. And it will bring up Surrett. Surrett reached on an error last time, has also flied out to right and had an RBI single. So Braintree with the base runner here. Hoping not to go away too quietly here in this 7th inning, but not a ton of chatting going on in the Braintree dugout, as this is now an 8-run game. Pitch on the way, and that is a little bit low. No real reason to try and steal here for Braintree with an 8-run deficit. You do not want to be thrown out trying to steal a base here. That would be silly. But Braintree does try it. And just able to get there. So I guess what do I know? Down 8 runs. Maybe you just want to give the teams a little bit of practice trying to steal some bases. That's really the only reason I can understand trying to take off down 8. As this one is knocked foul. We'd certainly have to assume that that instruction was being given from the bench. That could not have been McPhee making that decision on her own. Walpole hoping that they can hold Braintree here to a scoreless 7th and end it 10-2, but Braintree hoping to add something here as this one is knocked foul at first base, as the at-bat will continue here for Surrett. This one hit up in the air to second base, and it will be caught for the second out. Braintree down to their final out. So take something from McNamee for this game to continue. And the first pitch is drilled up the middle into center field as the base runner held at third base. Throw comes towards the plate, and Braintree has runners at the corner. So the first pitch single from McNamee, her second hit of the game. Both singles. Went after the first pitch, got a good pitch to hit, and took it right back up where it was pitched, right up the middle. First pitch here is knocked to the screen. This would be a good spot for Stenman to break out of an 0-for-3 strikeout day. But Braintree a little bit too late here to battle back down 8 with 2 runners on and 2 down, as late on the swing. Right-hander ready with the pitch and delivers. Strike 3, and down for the 4th time in the game on strikes goes Stenman. So a disappointing day at the plate for Stenman. Disappointing finish to this game for Braintree, losing 10-2 here to Walpole in a game, again, that Braintree had within 3 heading into the 7th inning before they pushed across 5 runs. But Walpole moves to 3-0 with the win. Braintree with their second loss of the season. And really a frustrating game from start to finish. 5 runs in the first, and Braintree was never really able to dig out of that hole. Tough day on the mound for McNamee, who did actually settle in pretty well after the first inning, but too many walks and too many mistakes here today. So that'll conclude our coverage. Thanks for watching on our live stream broadcast. On behalf of our camera person here today, Justin Turpin, I'm Mike Walsall. We'll see you next time.